last week's live, someone had put in the comments, witch, and I had kind of giggled to myself, and it was just kind of like, finally had that moment of exhale of releasing that judgment, that shame of being perceived or misjudged or criticized and things like that for spiritual beliefs and spiritual practices that on the surface I haven't said anything spiritually. However, some of the practices that we engage in for meditative practices are deemed as demonic or spiritual. So it just gets really convoluted. And so when the comment came up, I just kind of giggled at it. I actually had that conversation with my health coach recently about releasing that shame and kind of embracing more of my intuition and just more of my discernment and me being more vocal about what my gifts and talents are outside of just being a therapist. I actually do Reiki, and I'm getting my yoga certification and breathwork certification and all other things that I'm interested in other than the clinical side of healing because of that spiritual shame. And I do have a Christian background, and so it almost felt like you had to decide, or you couldn't be vocal or accept or embrace both publicly without one contradicting the other. And I had to learn, and I have learned in this journey, to embrace both. And I am a very eclectic spiritual person, and I think that's important to vocalize with the clientele that you're working with, because I feel like your clientele, it's important to them to know who they're working with, and I want my clientele to know that I support their spiritual beliefs and practices as well, and that I'm very inclusive. And so with that, I want people to know that this is a very non-denominational practice, and it doesn't have anything to do with witchcraft or any spiritual practice. This is all based in emotional regulation skills for your nervous system. And there's scientific research and support behind it. And so, spiritual background aside, I release that shame, and that's